Sun's not even up yet. The whole crew are out of bed. That can only mean one bloody thing. It's all but a glass out. Some quick fuel for the kids. What do you got? Go Pops. I'm gonna go get the boat ready. It's time to boost straight out to the outer. We're gonna punch now about an hour run. We'll see you when we get to the good stuff. So we're just boosting our way out to the reef. It is absolute glass out. Come over a big lump, showing big fish. We've got tuna bust ups around us. Xander dropped, didn't even hit the bottom and is on. What do you got? I don't know. I told you they were big fish here. Xander's hooked up on bait. I'm gonna drop down. I can see big fish sitting on the bottom. I'll show you the sounder in just a sec.
Holy crap, that's a big fish.
Yeah. Probably a big GT, I'd say. Here he comes. Look at that.
Here. Holy.
Alright, let's get this dinosaur back. Oh. Most ungraceful release ever. Well, not every day is as good as this. We did it pretty tough yesterday, but today is absolute glass. Glamour weather. We've got a little bit of swell pushing through, but we can live with that. But we're sitting on the edge of the Great Barrier Reef. We can literally see coral trout swimming around beside us. Parrotfish, big wrasse. There's the drop off. While we are out here filming this, there is a tropical cyclone, currently a Cat 5 I believe, off the east coast of Australia. So we're pretty lucky. I've been watching it for quite a while. We've got this tiny little weather window that's allowed us to punch out here to the outer reef. But on the other side of the reef at the moment, massive big roar of water. You can actually hear it when you're underwater. You can hear the waves crashing, and we're like hundreds of meters away from it. So got some pretty big swell on the outside, but what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna get up on the flats, jump up on the front, see if I can't pull a couple of trouties off the flats on top water. Let's get into it. Stand up, you can see pockets of white sand. They throw it out in the white sand, let it sink a little bit, and give it a little flick. You can, if you stand up, you can see the fish. Yeah. If you look and watch your lure, you can see it working. Got to try and spot the fish and cast at them. There's a trout right there, look. Drop your line straight down there. Oh, yep.
Go down.
That's a big GT, come on.
How do you know?
Because I seen it, hit it.
Up down, Bob. Did you drop him?
Oh, it's the biggest GT ever.
Really?
Help. Hold the rod.
Oh,
I was really not prepared for that.
really? Really?
Really. I was not prepared for that, really. Potentially a 30 kilo GT. That thing was monstrous. It comes straight back under the boat, wrapped me around the Minn Kota. Was trying to untangle that, got the rod caught up on the bloody Minn Kota, and then it snapped me on the reef. So we're back in action, we're going again. Xander's still up the front trying to catch a little trouty, so let's get back into it. You just gotta keep trying, Dylan. That hasn't actually got any either. Oh, sharks.
Shark.
Look at those sharks.
Oh, you're kidding.
Last chance at redemption. I've already lost about $100 worth of these bloody things in the last 20 minutes, so one more go. I've been reefed twice, been sharked once. Heap of bait working right on the top edge of this reef where there's a big crack in the reef. So got screaming kids in the background. It's hot, everyone's tired. Let's catch some fish. Just put that drone up in the air, had a look around. The conditions don't ever get better than this. Absolute glass out. The sun is just starting to come out. It's a little bit overcast today, but visibility is absolutely amazing. So we're gonna jump in with Xander, go for another swim around. Let's go see if we can find some cool fish on the bottom. How's that, babe?
Pretty good.
pretty bloody specky. Just getting under the water, having a look around. So much wildlife, so much fish life under there, it's not funny. We're just gonna keep poking around. While this weather is as good as it is, the current's as good as it is, we're gonna jump back in, have a scout around. Arizona's sleeping, Xander's gonna kick back for a while, she's a bit buggered, so we're just gonna poke around and have a look, really enjoy this. Shot a couple of trout.
Saw a massive cod.
Yeah, we've seen a big cod actually. Big dog, king of the reef. Had his own little hidey hole in there. How beautiful is this though? Okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm a mad keen Spearo, because the truth is I'm such a beginner, it's not funny. But what I struggled the most with was finding some simple, easy YouTube clips that had some tips, tricks, do's and don'ts for beginner Spearos. So I'm not gonna go into any of the spear gear, dive techniques, breath holds, any of that sort of stuff. All I'm gonna simply do is run through a couple of tips and tricks from diving down on a fish, holding on the bottom, how to read the fish language, blah, 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 blah. Maybe in a couple of quick little techniques here, you might be able to pick up a few things to take out and try out for yourself. If not, hopefully you just enjoy some of the footage. Let's roll through some of that now. Okay, let's start off with choosing a target species and target location. For me, target species was coral trout and painted crays or ornate lobster. The best area to search for these is on the backside of the reef on isolated bommies in the 3 to 5 metre range. Both coral trout and crays love to hide under overhanging ledges, caves and cracks in the reef or rock. I start by searching areas like this, but soon found that the fish have all moved out away from the bommies and are actively feeding. From the surface I spot this beautiful little troutie, hiding in a sand ridge. I drop down away from the fish holding on the bottom, approaching at his same level. By doing this I don't spook the fish and I'm able to get closer for a more accurate shot. Though my aim may still need a bit of work. I utilise this same technique dropping down onto the sea floor and approaching on the fish's level time and time again, and it just keeps on producing. From the surface I spot this nice sized trout, but as you can see, before I can even take a breath to make a dive, he's already started to move off. I hold the bottom and use the reef as cover as I try and follow along behind him, but he continues to swim away back under another ledge and into a cave. On the next dive, I breathe up and drop down to start searching the crack in the reef, only to find this troutie held up in this small cave. As you can see from the videos, these guys are masters of disguise, and you can tell why they're one of the masters of the reef. Every time you hook them, they continue to fight straight back towards their cave or coral hidey hole. As I retrieve this trout from his cave, I look over and spot 2 reef sharks, moving quickly and quite aggressively. I look around to check where Courtney is and instruct her to start swimming back towards the boat. As a beginning spearfisherman, it's always daunting having those first encounters with sharks. In this scenario, I dived down and shot my first Maori sea perch. After making the shot, I return back to the surface and start to pull in on my spear shaft. Just as I get to the fish and go to lift it out of the water, it fights back, kicking and splashing on top of the water. The commotion attracts a small reef shark, and just out of angle you don't see the shark take a quick lunge towards me. Immediately I drop the fish and grab for my spear gun. In the heat of the moment this seemed like the best idea, but reviewing the footage, it's probably the worst thing I could have done. The fish then continued straight back to the bottom, which in turn attracted the shark more. Whilst diving alone is never recommended, it is always a good idea to have at least one person in the boat, ready to assist where required. Due to the shark starting to move in, we decided to move further along the reef. This time Courtney jumped back in the water for me and acted as a spotter. I quickly hand-picked a few more trout to put in the esky. We decided to get Xander back into the water to enjoy this pristine reef system.
Why do you need that?
Round and round.
No!
Yeah, one.
Get him!
Wind him. And one more one. Yep. And one more one. One.
What'd you get? What did you catch? Oh, how pretty is he?
There he is, Arizona's little trouty. Good girl.
Oh,
Just cruising along the shallows, flicking out the little soft plastic. Give him a kiss goodbye. Mwah.
love you.
Love you.
I can't see it tomorrow.
Catch him tomorrow when he gets bigger.
The size of it.
Oh, what do you call?
Look, the squidgy's nearly bigger than him. He was hungry.
It's hungry.
Must
He must
be
be
like
like
you.
you. Always hungry.
Yep.
Eyes are bigger than his mouth. Give him a kiss.
Is he a cold trout?
That was pretty bloody specky. Glamour weather. There's a little puff of breeze coming through, but not too much. Absolutely jagged it today, so still can't believe it. Throffing. That was unreal. How'd you go, babe?
Very good.
Shot a few trout. I got my Maori sea perch that I've been chasing for a long time. I did shoot my footballer trout. Been trying to shoot one of them for a long time, or I've just been trying to catch one of them for a long time, and he got off again.
Useless.
I am a hopeless spear fisherman. So
You're not much chop at normal fishing either.
I'm good at fishing, I'm just not good at catching. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back now, see if we can't start to find a few marks in a bit deeper water. We punched quite a long way along the reef system, or along the outer reef, so when we head back in towards the island tonight, we're actually gonna be on a completely different track, going across ground we've never been across before, so just gonna keep trying, see if we can't find a few lumps, marks, have a couple of drops. Well, let's get into it. We'll see you guys when we start ripping a few lips. Oh. Yep. Come on. That's a better one.
All those faces.
Gotta be a big GT down there. Oh, I got colour. that? I don't think it's a shark. I'm pretty sure it's a GT or what? Big old GT. Look at the size of that thing. Oh,
Monster.
look at the size of that thing.
Holy.
Ooh. Woo!
On the snap baits.
What a big dog. Boomba.
Good work.
Holy, that was a workout. Let's not do that again. What a bloody afternoon. Unfortunately, that's all the fishing we did. The wind absolutely come in with a vengeance. You're gonna hear it right now. We got 15 knots blowing straight in northerly. Spin around. The little bay that we're camped up in, we're copping it straight across the front. So hoping that that's gonna die out tonight, but we'll see how we go. Otherwise, it was a bloody magical day. What do you reckon? Good day?
Yep.
Was a good day.
Good day?
Yeah.
Yeah! That's it for another episode. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, goes a long way to helping us get out here and enjoy the life we love.
Woohoo!
It's not all sunshine, glass outs, glitz and the glam. We're doing it a little bit tough at the moment, so we've got a northerly that's pushed through. This northerly wasn't set to come in until tomorrow afternoon, so we were meant to have another 24 hours before this come through. It's actually pushing or sucking down into the major cyclone that's currently sitting off the coast. So come in a lot sooner, which is a little bit troubling, because if that wind comes in now, the winds that were behind it were picking up to 25, 30 knots. We've still got about a 40k run home yet, so it is a little bit concerning for us. We're hoping that it's going to drop out. At the moment, the northerly is pumping straight into the bay that we're camped on, so I'm worried that the anchor may pull and push the boat up onto the beach. So I've got to watch that. The only thing we do have in my favor at the moment is that we've got a big fringing reef and we're on top of the tide at the moment. Once the tide drops out, it's going to get low enough tonight that the reef is going to come out of the water and it's going to protect us. So as soon as the tide gets low enough, the boat will beach and then we'll be protected. But at the moment, we've probably still got another 4 or 5 hours before that happens. It's going to be a pretty worrying 4 hours. The wind just doesn't seem to be letting out, and we've got a couple of big storms that we can see lightning around. So it's not always glass outs, big reds, and Courtney out fishing me. Sometimes we do it a little bit tough. Wish us luck tonight.